safer world is possible, and together we can and will make it happen. Thank you.
When you show up in community, you find that group that makes you feel like home, but oftentimes you also find yourself again.
How long have you known about Andrew and Epstein? Have you asked the police to cover up for Andrew? Have you asked the police to cover up for Andrew? What do you think? Should the MPs be allowed to debate the lawyers in the House of Commons?
Hello and a warm welcome to Sussexful. I'm your host Emma, and as always, it's such a joy to have you here. If you're new to the channel, don't forget to hit that subscribe button, give this video a like, and join our growing community of people who believe in kindness, truth, and fairness, especially when it comes to how Harry and Meghan Sussex are treated in the public eye. Now, on today's episode, we're diving deep into the storm surrounding the British monarchy, a story filled with revelations, reflection, and reckoning. I'll unpack Graham Stringer's powerful comments about Prince Andrew's ongoing influence, explore the mounting frustration among the public, and take a close look at how King Charles, Queen Camilla, and Meghan Sussex are each redefining what it truly means to be royal in today's changing world. We'll talk about how public trust in the monarchy continues to waver and why so many people are beginning to question old traditions and outdated narratives. There's growing awareness of the glaring double standards in the media, the way praise, blame, and scandal are selectively assigned, and how the press often acts less like a watchdog and more like a storyteller, shaping the royal image to suit certain agendas. But what makes this conversation even more powerful is the role of Meghan Sussex. Her presence, her grace, and her strength have become a mirror reflecting not only the monarchy's challenges, but also the broader issues of race, gender, and humanity that the institution has long avoided. Through her resilience and compassion, Meghan has challenged the monarchy to evolve, to be more inclusive, transparent, and human. We'll explore how missed chances for modernization, honesty, and empathy have left the monarchy standing at a crossroads, torn between preserving tradition and embracing the future. And as scandals, scrutiny, and silence continue to swirl, the demand for truth, accountability, and fairness grows louder with every passing day. At Sussexful, we believe that integrity and empathy should never be seen as weaknesses. They are the true strength of leadership. The world is changing, and perhaps it's time for the crown to change too. So, stay with me as we peel back the layers of royal perception, challenge the narratives written by so-called royal insiders, and uncover what the future of the monarchy might really look like in the age of transparency and truth. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, and share your thoughts below. I love hearing from each and every one of you. And remember, as we always say here on Sussexful, truth always shines through and kindness will forever reign. Royally disrupted. The monarchy's modern meltdown. Ever thrown a boomerang into the delicate ecosystem of British royal politics? It's a fascinating experience, isn't it? You toss a controversial statement with all your might, watching it spin and slice through the carefully maintained royal narrative, and wham, right back at the institution's pristine facade it lands. The monarchy right now is like that boomerang spinning wildly out of control. Graham Stringer's comments about Prince Andrew aren't just words. They're seismic tremors exposing the deep cracks in an institution desperately trying to maintain its relevance. The public's growing frustration isn't just a whisper anymore, it's a roar demanding transparency, accountability, and a complete reimagining of what royalty means in the 21st century. King Charles, Queen Camilla, and Meghan Sussex are caught in this perfect storm of public scrutiny, media manipulation, and generational shift, where every move, every statement, every silence is dissected, analyzed, and potentially weaponized. The royal brand, once a symbol of unchanging tradition, now finds itself in a high-stakes balancing act between preserving ancient protocols and adapting to a world that demands authenticity and social consciousness. Karma's got a sense of humor like that, reminding us that even the most established institutions aren't immune to the boomerang effect of public opinion. The karma of royal scandal. When influence turns toxic. Ever thrown a political grenade? It's a fascinating experience, isn't it? You lob a comment into the public sphere, watching it spin and slice through the media landscape. Graham Stringer did exactly that with his bombshell remarks about Prince Andrew's influence, the kind of statement that doesn't just whisper, but screams loud enough to make the royal corridors shake. It's almost magical how some words can create such massive ripples. The public's growing frustration isn't just a simmer anymore, it's a full boil. People are tired of the old guard's protected status, tired of watching powerful figures dodge accountability like it's some royal sport. The universe has a way of balancing things out, and when influential figures think they're untouchable, karma has a funny way of reminding them that no one is above the court of public opinion. Stringer's comments weren't just words, they were a boomerang of truth spinning back into the faces of those who thought they could hide behind titles and tradition. You know the type, always believing they're above the rules, always thinking their royal status is some kind of magical shield. Well, guess what? The internet and public opinion have entered the chat, and they're not interested in playing nice anymore. The Crown's metamorphosis, royalty in the age of transparency. Have you ever thrown a boomerang into the royal landscape? King Charles's leadership is doing just that, spinning expectations and returning with a momentum that's, well, reshaping centuries of monarchical tradition. Where previous monarchs might have maintained a rigid, impenetrable facade, Charles is carving a different path, one of vulnerability, adaptation, and strategic reinvention. Queen Camilla, once a controversial figure, now stands as a nuanced partner in this transformation, helping soften the institutional edges and, honestly, humanize the royal narrative. And then there's Meghan Sussex, a global biracial force who crashed through the monarchy's pristine white walls, challenging not just protocols but fundamental power structures. Her arrival wasn't just a personal story, but a seismic cultural moment that forced the institution to confront its colonial echoes and systematic exclusivity. Whether intentionally or not, these key players are collectively reimagining royalty, not as an untouchable, archaic institution, but as a living, breathing entity capable of growth, accountability, and, genuine connection with a rapidly changing world. Royal Reckoning, the Crown's credibility crisis. Ever thrown a boomerang of trust? The British monarchy is learning that lesson the hard way. Public confidence is sliding faster than a royal scandal hits tabloid headlines. It's like watching a once pristine reputation crumble under the weight of its own historical baggage. The whispers of discontent aren't just whispers anymore. They're full-blown conversations about transparency, accountability, and whether the institution can survive in a world that demands authenticity. People aren't just curious anymore. They're critically examining every royal move, every carefully crafted statement, wondering what's really happening behind those palace walls. Graham Stringer's comments about Prince Andrew have only amplified the growing skepticism, exposing deep fractures in an institution that once seemed untouchable. The demand isn't just for information, it's for genuine, unfiltered truth. And let's be real, the monarchy is discovering that in the age of instant communication and global scrutiny, Old-school secrecy just doesn't cut it anymore. Karma, it seems, has a way of holding even royal feet to the fire. The Royal Reckoning. Media, monarchy, and the unvarnished truth. Ever thrown a boomerang at media narratives? It's a fascinating experience, isn't it? The press loves to spin stories like a curved piece of wood, looping around reality and, wham, landing somewhere completely distorted. Take the royal coverage. It's almost magical how quickly journalists can twist facts, creating a carnival of half-truths and sensationalism. The media's favorite game? Crafting narratives that sell papers instead of telling the whole story. Graham Stringer's comments about Prince Andrew revealed just how deep this rabbit hole goes. A landscape where accountability becomes a mythical creature, rarely spotted in the wild of tabloid journalism. It's like the press has developed its own gravitational pull, bending truth around whatever storyline generates the most clicks, the most drama. Remember how we talked about karma? Well, these distorted narratives have consequences too, eroding public trust faster than you can say breaking news and creating a funhouse mirror version of reality that, honestly, nobody asked for. The missed opportunities for genuine accountability aren't just disappointing. They're a systemic failure that undermines the very institution these journalists claim to be reporting on. Karma's Royal Remix. How the monarchy bends but doesn't break. Ever thrown a tradition? It's a fascinating experience, isn't it? You watch this centuries-old institution spin and slice through societal expectations. It loops and adapts and wham, right back into relevance. The British monarchy is kind of like that boomerang of institutional survival. Good vibes of adaptability, good returns when you spread openness and authenticity. It has a way of coming back to you, often when you least expect it. The royal family isn't just surviving, they're transforming before our very eyes. Public perceptions are shifting faster than a royal protocol handbook can be rewritten. Gone are the days of stiff upper lips and impenetrable facades. Now we're seeing real humans navigating an ancient system with modern sensibilities. King Charles, Prince William, and even Meghan have been pushing boundaries, showing that royalty isn't about perfection, it's about connection. It's a delicate dance of honoring tradition while simultaneously dismantling outdated expectations. The universe strives for equilibrium, and these royals are ensuring the monarchy evolves, not dissolves. They're putting on their good vibe sunscreen and diving headfirst into a new era of transparency and relatability. The Royal Rumble inside the palace power dynamics. Ever thrown a boomerang into the royal corridors of power? It's a fascinating experience, isn't it? The internal dynamics of the British monarchy are like that curved piece of wood, spinning, looping, and sometimes coming back to hit you when you least expect it. Behind those polished marble walls and pristine portraits, a different story unfolds, a narrative of hushed whispers, strategic alliances, and simmering tensions that would make even the most seasoned political drama look tame. Power struggles aren't just a game of chess here. They're a delicate dance of egos, traditions, and unspoken rules. Graham Stringer's comments about Prince Andrew's lingering influence reveal just how complex these internal conflicts can be. One misstep, one leaked conversation, and the carefully constructed facade starts to crack. The firm, as they call it, isn't just a family, it's an institution constantly negotiating its survival, with each member playing a calculated role in maintaining or challenging the status quo. And just like a boomerang, these internal tensions have a way of returning, often when the royals least expect it, reminding everyone that beneath the glamour and protocol, there's a very human story of ambition, survival, and the relentless pursuit of relevance. The monarchy's reckoning tradition meets modern scrutiny. Picture the monarchy like an old, creaky antique that's somehow still standing in a sleek, modern living room. It's got history, sure, but it's looking increasingly out of place, right? The future isn't about preserving every dusty tradition. It's about strategic renewal that keeps the institution relevant. Now, King Charles understands this better than most. He's not just sitting on a golden throne waiting for things to happen. He's actively trying to streamline, modernize, make the monarchy feel less like a relic and more like a dynamic institution that can actually connect with people. These aren't just cosmetic changes. They're fundamental shifts that could determine whether the royal family remains a beloved national symbol or becomes a historical footnote. Something tells me they're aware that public patience is wearing thin, and they've got one shot to get this right. Reform isn't just an option anymore. It's survival mode for an institution that's been teetering on the edge of irrelevance for decades. The stakes? Nothing less than the entire future of the British royal legacy. Royal Reckoning, Truth, Power, and the Crown's Crossroads. You've ever watched a house of cards wobble? You know how the British monarchy feels right now. It's like the universe is playing a high-stakes game of Jenga with the royal institution's reputation, and every new revelation threatens to topple the entire structure. Graham Stringer's comments about Prince Andrew aren't just gossip. They're symbolic grenades lobbed into the carefully manicured gardens of royal perception. The public isn't just asking questions anymore. They're demanding transparency with the same intensity a boomerang returns to its thrower. King Charles and Queen Camilla find themselves in an unprecedented moment, where the old playbook of royal opacity just won't cut it. Restoring public faith isn't about polished press releases or carefully staged photo ops. It's about confronting uncomfortable truths head-on, acknowledging systemic issues, and showing genuine commitment to accountability. The monarchy stands at a crossroads: adapt and embrace radical transparency, or risk becoming a relic so disconnected from reality that it becomes irrelevant. And let's be real, in an age of instant information and global scrutiny, there's nowhere left to hide.